guys, Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I have a Cricut news video for you. I probably am a little behind the times, but I hadn't seen it until just last week, and so I figured it's a possibility that you guys hadn't as well, and I think it's pretty important news. I did a Cricut project video for you last Friday, and whilst I was putting together the links for that project to the Cricut products that were on that project, I came across this page, and to be honest, it seemed quite hidden within the blog. Now, it could be that at the time and at the date that it was first put up, it was on the front of the blog, but I'm not sure how many people look at that regularly enough to notice these things. I'm not really sure. I haven't had an email myself about it, so I thought that is a possibility that, like me, you hadn't spotted this. So I wanted to draw this to your attention so that you could do whatever you needed to do. So the situation is that it's about Cricut Craft Room. I can't even speak. I will put a link, by the way, to this page so you can read it in full, that I've got here in front of you. But basically, Cricut are stopping Cricut Craft Room. This is not Design Space. I'm not talking about the latest design software. I'm talking about the original Cricut Craft Room, which was the software that we originally also had on our Gypsy. So it's very, very old, and I totally get that they're going to stop it, and it does make sense. The information that they give us is that it's using the outdated plugin of Adobe Flash, so they just can't keep moving, developing that, and they really want to put all their eggs in the one basket of developing Design Space. And I definitely think that that's the right thing myself. Certainly when they were diversifying so much a few years back, it was just crazy, and they never really got anything quite finished, and I know that a lot of us at that point kind of lost a bit of faith. I think that they've really brought it back now. However, I think the problem with them stopping the craft room is only that, well, if you have let me go back a step before I say that. Let me explain. So what they're going to do is stop Cricut Craft Room. So this obviously affects legacy machines, as they call it. So a legacy machine is any of these here. So your Cricut Personal, Create, Expression, Expression 2, Mini, Cake or Cake Mini, and the Imagine. So any of those machines that you currently use Cricut Craft Room with, you can no longer do so. However, obviously for most of those, you can still use it with the cartridge only. Now, it doesn't help you in that if you want to do designing, you can't do that in the same way as you could on Craft Room, of course. So in that sense, it's not so good, but what can they do? I think it's a shame that they are not somehow putting an update down the wire to the machines. I feel like, obviously I don't know enough about it, but I feel like it should be technically possible. I'm sure the machines are capable of receiving that information, and just update it to be the same plugin or whatever you want to call it as the Explore, so that it can now use the Design Space. Now, the main problem is the Mini, of course, and presumably the Cake Mini would be the same, but the Mini, and as I say, I assume the Cake Mini, do not operate with cartridges only. So basically, as of let's see what date it is, I'll look that up in a minute for you, but here we go, July 15th. Basically your Mini and your Cake Mini are going to be trash, a nice expensive trash. Now, my Mini is as good as the day I bought it, and there's nothing wrong with it, and I really am upset, really, that there isn't a way of putting that to be connected to Design Space. It does feel like that ought to be able to be done. However, they're trying to sort of soften the blow, and they are offering, for anybody with a legacy machine, a $75 promotional discount off any Explore machine that does not include the Cricut Maker. It's only the Explores. However, there's a big but to that. If you already have an Explore, you get zilch. So if, like me, you're already a very loyal customer and you have an Explore and your legacy machine, in my case I've got 2 legacy machines, obviously, because I have the Expression as well, I don't get anything for having to basically trash my machine that is perfectly good and perfectly usable and actually works fantastically well. So I feel that doesn't seem right. I mean, in my case, my Explore is the first Explores that were ever launched. It's not even called an Explore 1. I actually had to purchase the Cricut dongle thing that made it Wi-Fi. So it's literally not even a 1. It's that old. But even so, irrespective of that, I mean, I'm not sure I wouldn't want to upgrade it anyway. It's a perfectly good machine. It works absolutely perfect. I mean, that is the one thing you can say about Cricut. Their machines do seem to last really well. But I just feel that you're kind of being stung twice. First of all, they're not seeming to come up with any solution with regard to linking the minis and perhaps the other machines as well. Frankly, I think that would, if you can do it for one, you could do it for the others, I guess, to Design Space. And secondly, if you're already a loyal customer and you have an Explore, then, well, tough for you. You get nothing. I mean, you could have got even, like, I don't know, a $30 voucher to spend in Design Space on images. I mean, something would have been better than a poke in the eye, wouldn't it? And again, it's not about getting something in itself. I mean, I'm not really that worried about that. It was about the principle of the fact that as a loyal customer who's already purchased and invested even more into Cricut, it's like all these companies, you get punished, as it were, for being already somebody who's bought into them. And I just feel that seems all wrong and sort of, excuse my French, but arse about face, as they say. But anyway, I have emailed Cricut. As yet, I've heard nothing back. I've asked them a couple of questions. One, why, is it not possible to link these machines to Design Space? It seems crazy and I just don't get it. 2, about this voucher thing, because that, again, I just think that seems unreasonable, and I think it affects you guys as well, because there'll be those of you like me that will have had machines already and you're getting stung by it as well. So I've asked about that. And also I did ask, which is another query I had, was how we can transfer any projects that we have on Design Space, in Cricut Craft Room, into Design Space, because at the moment I haven't found a way, and I've got a load of projects in Craft Room. There aren't very many that I'm that bothered about transferring, but there are a couple, and I don't know how to do it. And as yet, as I say, I haven't heard back. I've had the automated email that says they've received my message, so I know they've got it, but that's all I know at the moment. So I will keep you informed as and when I know anything on that. For those answers, do make sure you keep in touch with my Facebook and social media, because I'll put that up on there. I won't do a second video on that unless it's something really more detailed that's not sufficient to be able to say on a Facebook page. So basically you have got until July 15th to make use of your machines that with designs with Craft Room. So if you've got any big projects you're in the middle of using your Craft Room or anything like that, then make sure that you get that finished. Also, if you are a legacy machine owner and you do not have a Explore, then even if you're not sure that you're going to go ahead and get one at this point, I would definitely make sure that you go ahead and get your voucher. I imagine that there'll be an expiry date on it. However, it says here, Oh, is it? I'm trying to see. Closing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure, but I think you need to read it in more detail. But I definitely think that you want to make sure you get your voucher. I'm just trying to read down if there's anything. Here we go. How do I know? If you're eligible, if you are a legacy machine owner who has not previously upgraded to the Explore family or the Maker machine, will be eligible. The offer will be redeemable from April 22nd to Friday the 15th of July. So you have got to get the machine by July 15th, which again, that seems a really unreasonable deadline. But anyway, it's only redeemable one machine per owner. Owners that have multiple legacy machines will not receive multiple offers to upgrade. If you've already upgraded to an Explorer but also own a legacy machine, your content from Cricut Craft Room will continue to be accessible in Design Space. Okay, I don't understand that. Does that mean, when it says content, does it mean my cartridges or does it mean my actual projects? Because I've never seen my projects over there, but okay. Customers who are eligible and have opted in, oh, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so there's a number of things that you can do, but basically if you want to, you need to get your skates on and get your code and get buying and explore if that is something that you want to do. So I sort of feel a bit sad about this. I feel like I've got a very expensive piece of trash right now, and I feel really sad about that. I know I don't use it that much, but I do use it enough to know that I really love my little Cricut Mini, and I feel really disappointed actually that there's no way that they could have somehow connected that to Design Space. But anyway, I thought that I would just do this video. I was going to say brief, but it's never brief, is it? I do chatter on. And I know, and please don't moan at me. I know people moan at me before about chattering on. It's who I am. I can't change it. I do try, but it never works. And it's kind of what I've always been. And yeah, anyway, so please don't nag me. All right, so if you know anything more about this, or if you've had any news, sometimes things, you guys in America particularly sometimes get access to a bit more than I would know, so do let me know in the comments, and just generally let me know in the comments what you think of this, you know, and if you've got more tech savvy about this, do you think that it's actually possible to link these other machines to Design Space down the wire? I would have thought it was possible to do an update. They certainly do enough updates down the wire to the Explorer, and I can't think the actual content of the Explorer is really that much different to a Mini or any of the others. But anyway, so let me know what you think. I would love to hear your comments as always. Next week we will go back to a project. In fact, I have a Christmas project for you, so the first of the year, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.